Now, this is something that doesn't happen very often in 2025, a new hatchback. Anyway, we have the Tata Altroz Facelift with us here. And as you can see, it's a fairly notable update. To start with, you have this new design for the grille. It's almost blanked out, but not quite. You have a new design for the LED lamps. To start with, LED now, which they weren't before. And there's a lot of intricate detailing in them. Similarly, in the bumper, now they're very similar to what you find in, say, the Nexon and the Punch, with a similar arrangement for the fog lamps. And the general design is also now quite similar to the Nexon with the split here. And then of course you have cameras for the 360 degrees. Now on the sides, the biggest change are these flush door handles. Again, you've seen this in the Curve, for example. But Tata Motors has had to make sheet metal changes with these. Again, it's not something you see very often in a facelift, but it's been done here. You still have this gloss black element here, which was always a trait of the Altroz. Cameras for the 360 degree camera, again a new feature in the segment. You have slightly different design for the alloy wheels. There's 16 inches still. But at the back, you still have these door handles. Maybe they could have made a similar arrangement here, but anyway, it looks nice. Now, just like in the front, the rear has been sharpened up quite a bit. As you can see, it's got that full width light signature now with this really sharp edge. Looks really nice in my opinion. The rear windscreen is changed. Again, you don't see something like this in a mid-cycle update, but it's happened. And this is what the boot is like. It's still got that angular cut to it, the Altroz badging. Now, the boot is useful like before. You have a high lid, again not changed from earlier, but the flow is quite deep here, so you can put in over 300 liters, which is quite good for a hatchback. Now, this is what the inside of the new Tata Altroz is like. Now, again, it's a reasonably big change considering this is a mid-cycle update. So, for example, this dash face now gets a new design. You have these ridges here, different materials from what the earlier version had. That same big glove box that we always liked in the last Altroz. But you get the new 10.25-inch screen that you've seen in many cars like the Nexon and even in some versions of the Harrier. The similar instrument cluster here. Typical Tata instrument cluster that you know of. The new Tata steering wheel that again you've seen in the Nexon. There's also those climate panels, the touch sensitive climate panels. You now get a wireless charger here. There's also an air purifier here, 6 airbags, ESP, sunroof, the new Tata gear selector. This is the DCA version that we're driving. But sadly there's no powered or automatic handbrake. There's that small space here like before. And very similar doors. Now this is what the back seat of the new Altroz is like. Now I must say that the seats have changed, which again is something that you don't see very often in a mid-cycle update, but as you can see there's quite a bit more bolstering to me here. So it's good. It's somewhat like the Citroën Basalt, but fixed if you will. You still have that fairly flat floor, a chunky center armrest, and even the fabric has changed. It's a bit softer, it feels a bit denser, so that's nice. Like before, I have fairly good headroom for my height. Legroom and knee room is not bad either. The windows, just like how they were, they're quite large, but the lighter upholstery gives it a slightly more spacious feel. You now have 65-watt charging here, which is good, and these rear AC vents. Now, prices for the Tata Altroz start from rupees 6.89 lakh and go up to rupees 11.29 lakh. You can get an SUV for that price, but would you still pick a hatchback? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. By the way, the engines, the Altroz continues with that 1.2 litre petrol and 1.5 litre diesel. The manual and the DCA are there as well, but the AMT has been added back again to the range. So like I said, do you like the Altroz and would you pick it over an SUV? Let us know in the comments.